The Parsha this week is Parsha's Devarim. It always falls out before Tisha B'Av is commemorated. What is the connection between Tisha B'Av and Parsha's Devarim? Well, there are many possibilities to this, but one of them is the verse talks about going through the desert and having not lacking anything, no, even though it was a totally inhospitable place. This not lacking anything, it says, was because God was with us, and although there were many things that He provided for us, it seems to also be saying spiritually that when the Jewish people are in a tough time, like the going through the desert, or for that matter, the 3 weeks leading up to Tisha B'Av and Tisha B'Av itself, we are should not be, depressed even when things are hard and not going our way, because God is with us. It's kind of like a child that when he skins his knee, it's easier for him to handle because he knows his mother is with him. He may start crying when he sees his mother for the first time, but that's because he was, too hurt to cry, so to speak. And she helps him get over it, and that's why he starts crying. But in any case, the fact remains that he's with us, which means that we know that what's happening is him and that he's there and we can tell. And even if we can't tell, we should believe it, and it's easier to get through it. This is connected to Tisha B'Av because it is a day when things are oppressive for us, just like the oppressive summer heat. In fact, there may be a connection between the calendar and what's going on and the so-called holiday of Tisha B'Av, just like other holidays have a connection with Pesach and breaking out from Egypt. Think about that one on your own. But in any case, why that's in the spring, that is. But in any case, the connection really, we see that, throughout history, we can tell God's with us on Tisha B'Av, and that even though we may be suffering the destruction of the temples or the other great events of history, we're able to tell God is with us. Take, for instance, that not only were the 2 temples destroyed, but the beginning of World War II, in the sense that it was connected to World War I, started on Tisha B'Av. That's when the assassination of the Austrian prince took place. And similarly, the Spanish expulsion, the last legal day to be in Spain when everybody fled, was by boat. And these things happen on Tisha B'Av sort of tells us that when it's happening then, like maybe France and Britain saying they want to recognize the state of Palestine, well, it's during the 9 days leading to Tisha B'Av. This is a time when things happen to us that we don't necessarily like, but we should see it as God is with us. And similarly speaking, what also happened on Tisha B'Av in 1492? Well, that's the day Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Believe it or not, his ship's log shows that he recognized that he had such a difficult time getting all his boats out of the port because all the Jews were fleeing on the last legal day to be in Spain to leave by ship. And so it was hard getting out of the port. So in any case, what that shows us is that God was with us on Tisha B'Av, and that Don Yitzhak Abarbanel probably didn't realize how right he was when he ordered music to be played on Tisha B'Av as the Jews were leaving Spain, when it's forbidden normally to play music, because he felt that there was something special that it was happening on Tisha B'Av. We should know and not be upset and realize that God was with us back then. And look at that. That was the day that America began, the initial steps for discovering America were discovered. The country, perhaps the greatest salvation of Jews through the late 1800s and the late 1940s. Right? More Jews fled there, I think, than anywhere else in the world, maybe even in Eretz Israel, it seems, and were saved over that period. So at the same time that European Jewry was being destroyed, on Tisha B'Av in 1492, American Jewry, so to speak, was being created on Tisha B'Av in 1492. And that's why Don Yitzhak Barbanel didn't know how right he was when he allowed music. He sensed the presence of God just from the fact that the trouble was happening on the 9th of Av. But it turned out he was really right that the presence of God was there at that time. Have a great Shabbos.